magic in The Sims 4. And of course, as you see, we're building Rainbow Dash's home, which really we never see. It's it's not really common to see in any of the episodes. So anyway, it was fun. It's pretty simple, straightforward, kind of, not like anything we've done so far, but still, in its own way, it's different, and so, that makes it fun in its own way. Since it's floating, of course, we need to have stairs, because I would like to get onto the platform, but if you want to just do the whole teleporting trick, you can just delete the stairs, so, it's up to you. But yeah, so kind of got all that done, and here we are building the tower, which again, it's a bit simple of a shape. So the hard part was kind of getting the dynamic, the shape, the flow. So you'll see I'm finding the right column, pillars that kind of, go with it. I went back and forth between these two. I really liked them both, but I ended up going with the one that you see here. It had more detail and just felt, more like it was more to me anyway. But yeah, so this is a house that I've not done before, one that's floating, one that's kind of, I don't know, thin. It's pretty thin, small, narrow, and a lot of levels. So it was new for me to kind of try to make that work. I tried to find these windows because the windows kind of just look like openings. So I wanted to replicate that, but also, we don't have a lot of open windows that look too nice. So I kind of did a mixture. Some windows that have little railings on them that have that free breeze that can fly through, or I guess breeze through. And then I guess there's not technically a front door, which might be an issue for Sims just randomly coming in, because I just put that opening. We'll see. If you don't like it, you could always remove it and put an actual door. So I went with the color blue because I figured it was actually white, but the shading makes it look blue. But blue just felt more, like Rainbow Dash. Her color is blue, and it would just be a lot of white if it was white. So I kind of did a mixture, white, blue. But yeah, so I kind of took some liberties with the outside, the little balcony detail, and then the overhang over the door, or opening. I tried to put some detailing on the side, but I didn't like it. It was just too much, because again, hers is really simple. So I tried to replicate the cloud look with these, whatever you want to call them, and it wasn't working. I kind of liked that it was giving it some shape, but I'm like, I know for a fact in debug there are clouds. So I end up ditching this effort. You can see, I got pretty far. I got quote unquote clouds, and it was not very soft looking, and just wasn't really helping. So you'll see at this point, I'm like, you know what, I can't with these. They don't work. So I put on the cheats and I scour debug, which you won't see me go through all of this because it took forever to find things. So I kind of, showed me finding like that rainbow poop. I just thought it was funny to add it. And I tried these snow drifts, but I have already tried that. I tried that on the sugar cube corner. So I'm like, I don't want to use these again. I didn't really care for them, and they're not clouds. So yes, here we are. I eventually found these clouds, and it's from the Seasons pack, the debug from Seasons. But as you can see, I also found, in the meantime of trying to find the clouds, all the like hooks and trinkets that you see there. But yeah, so okay, I outline the whole base, and then I go and cover up the work that I did with those, I don't even know what you call those, wood details on the outside of that house. I don't even know. Anyway. We're getting the shape now. The clouds made all the difference. They really saved it. Now you can at least tell what I was going for. But yeah, I was really happy after finding the clouds. I'm like, wow, it actually does look like what it's supposed to. And then I put those purple flowers at the ground just because they're really pretty, and I'm like, oh, if I can put like a bunch of flowers of different colors, then it'll be like rainbow flowers all on the ground. And since I can't have that rainbow dripping out of the clouds, rainbow flowers are pretty close. So you can see that in the picture now. And we're about to go inside, but see, I knew that this rainbow existed. I've seen it in a bunch of other people's builds before, and so yes, I'm glad I found these, because again, the piece de resistance to the build that really makes it look like what it's supposed to. But yeah, so going in, of course I took all the liberties in the world, because how do you make this work realistically? So, I made the bottom floor the kitchen and living space. The middle has like a I don't know what you want to call it, office / activity and bathroom. And then the top floor is just the bedroom area. So yeah, again, with her being like rainbow colors, it was kind of hard to figure out what I wanted to do with the interior design and coloring, the scheme of it all. It took some time to figure it out, but I knew I wanted to keep all of the colors. It had to be rainbow, but not too much, but just enough, and without being obnoxious. So I tried my best. I kind of just looking through these couches, just finding one that I thought looked nice and had nice colors and maybe had more than just one color. And then finding like the coffee table and a chair and lamps, and then eventually being like, okay, all of this goes together, and then going from there. You do not want to know how long it took me to find this rainbow rug. I knew that this existed, and I could not find it. So it took me a long time, but I knew I wanted to have this specific rug. And then the curtains, again, I could have put colorful patterns, whatever, but I'm like, I want to do that with the furniture, so I kept it white. On the top floor, you see I put those rainbow ones, but I eventually took them down because they're just too pastel. I didn't want to have the pastel. That's not really what I was going for with her space. So yeah, okay, back to the base. Slowly. And she likes reading. She has a pet turtle. Or wait, yeah, tortoise. She has a pet tortoise. So again, keeping in mind I wanted to have the rainbow. Oh, she has a pet tortoise. because she likes reading. So those are the things I wanted to sprinkle throughout the build. And this bottom space was particularly difficult because, again, I'm putting the kitchen and living space down here, and it's a small, tight spot. So the kitchen is kind of, it's okay. It's not it doesn't have the feng shui as it should. I mean, I don't really know all the tips and tricks to, making a space fit or making, objects fit a space, but I know that this is not it. But I tried my best, okay? So, I put the fridge. I didn't really care for the color, so yeah, I turned it red, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have red yet. I kind of like this. It's subtle, and it has that brown wood that kind of ties it in together because of the couch. And, at this point, I'm like, okay, it's not like overwhelmingly, just throwing a bunch of random colors in here. Very nice. It's like, there's a bunch of different colors, kind of, a mix. I don't know what you want to call it. If you have the word, then let me know the word that I'm looking for. Okay, so yeah, I put a card of books. I figured, she would have some literature to choose from, whether it's about working out or her favorite adventure books. And then as I'm finishing the kitchen, I'm just putting some details, but really that was about it. So this is where I was like, okay, I know I want this bathroom here, but it's a interesting shape. So I wanted a tub in the middle because a shower would just be hard to put in this spot. And she seems more like a tub girl, I wanted gold as well. She's all about gold ribbons, medals, winning, so had to have all that. And then that rug, I liked the colors. It's not too pastel, and it has multiple colors in it, so it worked out for this, especially with the bathroom. You can't really, it's hard to find ways of making a bathroom colorful because it's toilet, sink, tub, or shower. I put the gold poop in there, the rainbow poop in there, just for funsies. It's a bathroom. The rainbow poop must go in the bathroom. She's also not the cleanest, so I put some clothes on the ground just to make it look lived in. So I found that tortoise, or actually I think that's a turtle, and so are the decals, the turtles. But at this point I'm like, okay, yeah, she would have an animal, which in this Sims 4 would probably be a dog, but it can only be on the bottom floor because dogs can't go up ladders for obvious reasons. So I put all the animal pet stuff at the bottom floor, and then just some turtle decorations here on this floor. But yeah, so you can see I put this laptop, and I found these colorful lights that I'm like, I don't know if I like them necessarily, but they're fun and they're colorful. The archaeology table kind of fits with her Daring Do, favorite book series. So I thought that might be interesting for her to have. She's a fanatic and would have some of that memorabilia, or, maybe look into archaeology herself. But yeah, so again, just slowly making it feel like, okay, this is starting to seem like Rainbow's space. And we're getting to the end of decorating this spot. Oh my gosh, decorating these walls. It was not fun. I'm like, I don't want to know what to put on these walls. Anyway, so that's why I have all the windows. The windows really help. And I didn't want to put too much plants because she doesn't seem like a but she doesn't seem like a plant person. A plant pony. But, okay, so yeah, we're back to the bedroom. I put a journal or book on her bed, you know, as she's writing letters to Celestia, probably. And then a little turtle, a crocheted, I think, turtle? Or is it a knit? No, yeah, it's gotta be crocheted, right? I don't know. a turtle on the bed, just, you know, for funsies. And then built a little bookshelves around the bed. Again, I was going for rainbow, but not, like, I didn't want pastel, but I didn't want obnoxious. I hope the point came across that it's, you know, rainbow, but not rainbow. And rainbow, but not rainbow. You know what I mean. I found a turtle picture, so I put that on the wall, and a drone. I'm like, oh, they're her tortoise, you know, kind of, it flies, so, you know, the drone kind of flies, kind of like her pet tortoise. I'm sorry, I can't remember her pet tortoise's name right now. It's leaving me. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, yeah, we're getting to the end of it. I put in the workout area, you know, punching bag, TV, and then a game. But yeah, so we've reached the end. This is the outside, and then of course we see all the pictures inside. But I hope you had a fun time taking a look at what I, you know, kind of perceived as being the inside. And the outside was really fun, but yeah, I'll have it uploaded on the gallery. My gallery ID is Malera28. But yeah, feel free to send me a message about what we should do next in building The Sims 4. But until then, I will see you, and you have a good one. Bye.